Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with breaking news after a concerned parent contacted us about her child's daycare. She says she worries that a former employee of Tot Spot may have been under the influence of meth on the job.
She and other parents with children at Tot Spot were sent this letter from Trail County Social Services. It described an investigation into former employee Briley Spildy, where she admitted to being under the influence of meth while providing care for her child, as well as exposing her child to usage in her home. It mentions nothing while on the job in Hillsboro, where Spildy worked for 2 years. The executive director of Tot Spot in Fargo, Jenna Schultz, told me that Spildy was given a chance to transfer here when Hillsboro closed, but only worked on and off over a month-and-a-half period. Schultz also said that at no time did Spildy show signs of being under the influence while on the job. Spildy, who has not been charged, was let go by Tot Spot Friday.
We've got a few crime alerts to warn you about tonight on your Neighborhood Crime Watch involving theft within the last few weeks in Fargo. On the south side of the city, Stonebridge Apartments says there have been reports of theft from the complex. They're urging residents to remove personal items from cars and to keep cars locked both outside and inside the underground parking garages. According to crimereports.com, a website the Fargo Police Department updates with reported crimes in the area. On Saturday, they received word of a vehicle theft around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Also, Timber Creek Apartments sent an alert to its residents to close garages in order to keep burglary or vandalism down in the neighborhood. If you see anything suspicious, you are asked to contact law enforcement.
Fargo police are also looking for 2 individuals that tried to get into sight on Sound on Main Avenue by smashing a glass door. Police say it happened early yesterday morning around 2:20 a.m. They released this surveillance photo of the suspects. Now, if you know who they are, police say you can remain anonymous and can text a tip to 730-8888 or call and leave a message on the tip line, the phone number 701-241-5777.
In an effort to better protect homes around the valley, an area business is working to make it hard for burglars to break into your house. Sun Control window film showed us how it works to protect your belongings. While the glass still breaks when it's hit with a hammer, the film protects the window from completely breaking and allowing access. Police say windows can be a way for intruders to get into your home or to look inside for valuables. The company says they also install many frosted films to give homeowners the privacy they need. For more on this story, go to valleynewslive.com.
Over the last week or so, we've had to deal with wind and we've had to deal with snow, and now we're having to deal with colder weather. What can we expect for tonight? Let's go to Hutch to find out.
Well, we have very slippery roads as a result of a light band of snow that has made its way into the Southern Valley. Notice it's focusing on a stretch from Jamestown through Fargo and southeast North Dakota and also along Highway 10. A closer look shows that we are seeing some of the aerial coverage of this band of snow lighten up in intensity a little bit. And as we take a look at the clouds, they are clearing up north. So some bitter and brutal cold temperatures are likely. If we can take a look at the sky cam, we want to point this out to you in the general direction to the west of the studios here. This is I-94 near the I-29 interchange. A significant backup and some emergency vehicles out there taking place now. Side streets, on-ramps, off-ramps are quite slippery as a result of this fresh layer of bitter cold snow. Now we'll have details on how low we go, but dare I say a few of us could be waking up to sub-zero temperatures to start our Tuesday. I'll have details on where here in a minute.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
Last year, veterans were excited to learn about the first ever Veterans Affairs National Cemetery in North Dakota. It was originally scheduled to open in Fargo in 2018.
But delays in construction have some worried that it might not happen at all. Valley News Live's Rose Itzkovitz looked into the cemetery's status and joins us with details.
The cemetery would be the first U.S. federal government cemetery for veterans in all of North Dakota. Right now, the nearest one is in St. Paul, Minnesota. This cemetery was slated to open around this time next year, but Veterans Affairs now tells me it won't open until around September of 2019. Well, I spoke with John Knapp, who works for the National Cemetery Administration and is one of the heads of this project here in Fargo. He says the main reason is because bidding for a contractor couldn't begin until the plan went through the process of approvals in Washington. By the time a contract was awarded, it was already almost August of this year. So because of the coming weather, it was better to just start the construction next summer instead. Well, I also spoke to veteran Terry Richardson, who's the commander of the United Patriotic Bodies for this area. He says the delay disappoints him.
I've actually been at 4 military funerals, and they've been cremations, and because of that, they've all said in their brochures that they're going to be buried at the cemetery. Well, now we just extended it another year, so that makes a difference to our veterans.
Right now, the only other veteran cemetery in all of North Dakota is about 200 miles away, the state-run one in Mandan. Rose Itzkowitz, Valley News Live.
The cemetery will be located on 40th Avenue Northwest along County Road 20. Last year, the Department of Veterans Affairs National Cemetery Administration purchased nearly 5 acres of land for $90,000.
A Moorhead boy with an extremely rare illness could soon lose access to a much-needed medication. Parker Burns suffers from the fatal disease, Duchenne muscular dystrophy. He's been on the experimental drug Atlorin for the past couple of years. But the family has just received news that the FDA did not approve this treatment. Parker's family says the medication has helped him astronomically the past couple of years. He is an active 10-year-old, as active as any other boy his age, but they fear what will happen without the treatment.
For him to be able to do this kind of stuff is just amazing. And the possibility that they could take this away is just absolutely heartbreaking.
Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer will have the full story tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW and Valley News Live at 10.
2 North Dakota towns have been at odds for some time over which is the geographical center of North America.
Whether it's what part of the continent are factored into the map or the wording that's used, the debate continues for the coveted title. Reporter Cliff Naylor explains.
Everybody say cheese!
For more than 85 years, most people considered this monument, located at the junction of Highway 2 and 3 in Rugby, North Dakota, to be the geographical center of North America.
We have been it, we are it, it's the way it is.
That is, until Bill Bender, the mayor of Robinson, North Dakota, and co-owner of Hanson's Bar, placed dibs on the title.
We always thought Rugby's claim was very suspect, as a lot of people do, because it was never in Rugby. It was always best guess, anybody's best guess was 15, 16 miles outside of Rugby.
Bender discovered Rugby allowed the trademark for the coveted title to expire. So he applied for and received the designation from the United States Patent and Trademark Office.
We did some research on it, and it's right underneath the bar, our best guess.
The town of Robinson is 98 miles south of Rugby. Bender included the Caribbean in his continental computations.
This is the official marker for the geographical center of North America.
Bill, the science guy's geographic revelation didn't sit well with Rugby. So to set the record straight for a third time, Rugby reapplied for and received another trademark by adding the town's name in front of and after the designation.
We had to prove that we had been using the trademark logo, Geographical Center of North America, for all those years.
For some, this war of words isn't about bragging rights, it's about bucks.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Sales of cups, T-shirts, and postcards displaying the title is big business. Purchases at Hanson's Bar have increased since Robinson became the center of attention. And Bill thinks his place is better suited than Rugby for official status.
You got to go and stand out in the cold and take pictures and put your parka on. Here, you're 8 feet away from a 45-foot long bar. You can get a beer. Why isn't that better?
For now, there's at least 2 official geographic centers of North America.
We have our thing, they can do theirs. We're fine coexisting.
So the answer to the question, where is the geographical center of North America, depends on your perspective.
To make matters more complicated, the town of Center, North Dakota, which is 143 miles southeast of Rugby and 89 miles west of Robinson, also unofficially claims to be the geographical center of North America.
Wow.
I know.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, a brief tour of West Fargo's new sports arena.
Up next, although it's not setting any speed records, the regulation process is moving forward to get North Dakota set up for medical marijuana.